how has your program evolved over the course of your coaching career?
Man, it has come night and day. I look back at some of the stuff, I was doing when I first started, and I'm like, wow. The things that have evolved the most is probably the exercise programming. I think the coaching itself is still pretty the same. I do think you have to tweak some stuff, but with the way that, people are raised now and how kids are brought up, there's not as much competition in the when they're growing up in the younger levels. They try to, let everybody win nowadays, and so I think adding in a lot of competition stuff has changed to where we didn't have to worry about that. That used to seem like guys were just engaged in whatever you told them, that's what they did. But I think as far as getting the most out of a kid, I don't think that's changed. I think you still have to be hard on them. They have to respect you in order to work for you, and they have to trust you. And I think that hasn't changed. The trust and the toughness that you bring to the job every single day, I think, is the same.
When you're working with your athletes and you're getting them involved in their speed training and in their speed improvement, even some of their what's called vertical jump training, how important is teaching an athlete how to decelerate correctly or land correctly? Do you really emphasize stopping mechanics and landing mechanics in your program?
I do. I think that's something that, as a young kid, they constantly, are jumping and running and cutting, but nobody's ever really showed them how to decelerate. And so that is a very big factor that is overlooked, and that's something that we really try to emphasize. Anytime we're doing our jump training, I'm talking to them more about the landing and deceleration when we're doing agility drills than I am the taking off. My deal is you hardly ever see somebody get hurt and accelerating. It's always deaccelerating. You never get hurt accelerating, only deaccelerating majority of the time. Now you'll have a freak deal every now and then, but I think probably 99% of the time it has to do with when somebody's deaccelerating either a plant or a landing. And so that is something that needs to be stressed more on a daily basis in every program. And so we do take a very high importance to working on deacceleration here and teaching them how to deaccelerate.